Hey guys, my name is Mahan. Today I'm going to show you how to make this fantasy potion bottle in Maya. You know, those magical bottles, round glass ones filled with potion or most of the times with poison. That's what we are creating, starting from a simple version that looks like a glass ball. Alright, let's get started. First, add a sphere, then make a copy of it. That will be for the liquid inside. So rename it a liquid. Next, switch to wireframe mode, press R and scale it up just a tiny bit. The difference is really small, so you'll need to zoom in closely to notice that the outer one is slightly bigger. For now, hide the liquid with edge since we don't need it yet. Add edge loop and another one close to it. Then switch to face mode. Select the middle faces and delete them. Go to the mesh menu and hit separate. Now we've got two separate objects. When we expand the group, we can see their transforms too. So select everything, do a freeze transformation, and then delete all the history. Go back to object mode. Scale up the top part a bit to form the cork area and adjust the height based on my reference image. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. I'm calling this part of the bottle a cork because I found it on Google Translate, but maybe I should say cap instead. If you know the correct word, please leave a comment. What do you call the wooden or cork part of these bottles? Anyway, go back to the bottle and rename the bottle. Switch to edge mode, select the top edge loop, press Ctrl E to extrude and increase the thickness value in the poly extrude window. Adjust the viewing angle a little so we can match it better to the reference. It looks like it needs to pull the mouse out. Just a bit less, a value around 3 works fine for now. Then press R and scale it slightly wider. It's starting to look pretty close to the reference. Add some extra edge loops so the face stays nice and even like the rest of the body. Back to object mode, press Ctrl E and give the whole thing a bit of thickness. Alright, so here invert the thickness because it was deforming outward. Switching to wireframe mode, so you can see that it needs to go a bit less, around -1. Looks good compared to the reference. Now double click on one of the faces to select them all. Go to Mesh Display, Reverse and flip the faces. Let's hide the cork part for now. We'll work on that later. Next, select two rows of faces. Press Ctrl E and extrude them inward. Then switch to vertex mode, grab those vertices and move outside. Pull them downward with W. Switching to wireframe mode helps us see it better. Tweak the mouse shape so it looks more natural. Move the top vertices ring slightly to get a better opening shape. Select these part faces, around the bottle opening need to become bigger. Refine the form. Select the edges that need to be beveled. Press C to check the smooth preview. This helps us see where we need more edges or sharper transitions. Then hit Ctrl B, bevel those edges, set segment to 2. Now it's look closer to the sketch. Alright, now let's unhide the cork and start modeling it. With W, move it out of the bottle first. Then grab the middle vertices, press E and use the scale tool to align them evenly. Scaling them along y-axis so they all sit flat. Pull them down a bit, switch to object mode, press E and add thickness. Back to W. It's a bit too tall, so I make it shorter. Double clicking on one face and by this way selects them all. Reverse the faces again to fix the normals. Then in vertex mode, pull out the lower part to curve it slightly outward, shaping that classic cork silhouette. Close this line of vertices together. Next, go to Mesh Tools. Insert Edge Loop, open its setting, switch to multiple edge loops and 12, but it's not good, it needs less. Well, add two edge loops here on top surface. Now press Ctrl D to duplicate, keeping one as base shape before we add more detail. For the cork holes, randomly select some top and bottom faces where we want small dents or pores. Then press Ctrl E and extrude them inward, negative thickness actually. to make those dimples. Hit 3 to smooth preview. Looks nice, but maybe a bit shallow. So we should deepen the extrusion a little. Press Ctrl B to bevel with one or maybe two segments. One should be enough here. If the surface looks too rough, select the middle edges, press R and scale them inward slightly to make the tips softer and rounder. Looks good now. Freeze transformations and delete history. Time to place it back in the bottle. Now let's make the liquid inside. Delete the previous liquid, it doesn't work. Instead, duplicate the bottle with Ctrl D and hide the original. In face mode, delete the top faces. We don't need them, and also delete outer shell or inward. Then reverse the faces. We only need about half of the bottle for the liquid, so delete the rest. Press R, scale it down, turn on the bottle and switch to wireframe mode to see the tiny distance. Well, hide the bottle and back to process of modeling the liquid. Press Ctrl D again. One copy will be the base and the other will be the liquid. Set the base to live. Then select the liquid object, go to the modeling toolkit and activate quad drop. That's where we'll shape the liquid surface. Now hold Ctrl and add an edge along this border. Then Ctrl Shift to remove one line of faces we don't need. Next, press B to turn on soft selection. If we hold B and drag the mouse, we can adjust the fall-off area so more faces are fitted. Now pull both sides downward to create that nice curved shape. We want it to match the position reference, where one side is a little smaller and the other side is wider. To smooth things out, hold Shift and drag across the faces to relax them, making the spacing more even. Then switch to object mode, press B again to turn off soft selection and press 3 To check the smooth preview, select the edges around the mouse and press E to extrude them inward. Now let's press Tab and switch to the top view. In the Mesh Tool menu, append to polygon, use the Connect tool to join edges together. Just click the starting edge, then the destination edge. If click the wrong one, can hit Escape to cancel. And if your connection is good, then press Y to continue connecting. We need about 3 edge loops here, so open Insert Edge Loop, set it to multiple edge loops, and 3. Yes, that's perfect. Go back to Append to Polygon and connect the rest. Switch to Perspective View, check how it looks. The center area needs to sink in a bit because the liquid wouldn't sit perfectly flat. So select the middle vertex, press B to turn on soft selection again, and pull it slightly downward. Keep the fall off small so it doesn't affect the outer surface too much. Looks nice now. Let's unhide the bottle and start giving it some material. In the attribute editor, under the default Lambert, try adjusting transparency. But since it's applied to all objects, everything becomes transparent, so I'll undo it. Instead, right-click on the bottle, go to Assign New Material, and pick a Lambert. Adjust the transparency there. Now only the bottle becomes see-through, and we can actually see the liquid inside. Rename it Witch's Bottle Base and hide it for now. Duplicate the group to keep a backup of the original version, just in case I want to tweak it later. In the front view, press R and rotate the model to match my reference angle. Then select the liquid, which also needs to be rotated. Turn on isolate mode so we only see the liquid. Next, select the outer edges, press Ctrl B to bevel them, and set the segments to 2 for a smoother look. Now let's add some bubbles. Create a small sphere, scale it down, and move it inside the bottle. Press Ctrl D to duplicate it. Make another one a bit smaller and place it somewhere else. Check the placement from different angles to make sure they look good. Repeat these a few times, changing their sizes and position for variety. Once done, select all the bubbles and group them as bubbles. Now for the liquid material, I'll assign a new Lambert to it and increase its transparency as well. This is just temporary, so we can preview how the model looks. In the next video, I will show you how to render it properly in Redshift. Well, that's it. Our fantasy potion bottle is done. Hope you enjoyed modeling it.